you need to be the biggest thorn in your opponent's side if you want to have a chance to win. Not bad buttons, not bad normals, but it's that long-range game that's going to get this job done.
Yeah, I mean, for Embo, it's just going to be, hey, you've got crazy combos on a big body like DK. That clay pigeon is going to be a gigantic problem for Mild. And, of course, getting through the projectile hail in the first place is so tough. But I do want to point out one of the big things that DK does actually have going for him in this matchup is how he goes against the can. It is really, really tough for him to get around it at the ledge, but in neutral, not as big of a deal for him to try to get around because he's got such gigantic buttons, especially things like that back air, that forward tilt. Are you dead? Yes, you are.
Definitely dead. My God, when is the animal on an animal atrocities going to stop? This is crazy. Yes, I have to wholeheartedly agree. I mean, just having large buttons and being able to cover a lot of distance without really expending a lot of movement, I think goes the distance. In a matchup like this, tries to go for the runoff forwarder, a little off the mark. Another thing, too, that I think Duck Hunt might struggle with is once that zone is broken, having to lean into those normals, which are good when they land, but pretty telegraphed with that one hitting you loud and clear. Good stuff on Embo.
It's definitely another one of those situations where it's just Duck Hunt against a big body. Boy, he has a field day. These combos can go a lot longer than really on any other character. It's not even necessarily about the weight. It's just about going up against a big body, and DK really does suffer to the maximum against this character. Certainly pays the heavy tax. My gosh, what great turnaround by Embo. He says, you better relax.
Oh my God, what the duck? I got to censor myself because the duck is getting busy right now. My God. Embo, of course, and I got that dog in me. Mild, of course, the B reverse. Yes, right, on the down B, right into the up air. That right there is a DK classic. Well, let me rephrase that. It is a professional DK classic. I only see the professional ones go for that.
I mean, especially at the spacing that Mild is able to do it. I mean, Mild, I think what impresses me is that, like, the spacing is really good, but he does not play carefully. In fact, I would say that Mild is the antithesis to a careful player. This is somebody who abandons all pretenses of safety and just wants to do damage to you and will go for the biggest combo starters possible. And we've already seen like 3 runoff fairs.
I mean, of course, just bringing it to your front door in a way that, I mean, when your opponent... Oh my God, okay.
Too much rage.
Yeah, too much rage out of the window, and more importantly, a second lease on life. My God, what the... I got the duck getting busy. I told you guys, okay, short hop forwarder and back air, not to be taken lightly, not to be trifled with. Neither is the can in the corner. This long-range gameplay that we talked about coming into this match started to become an issue, not on stage, but off stage.
The cojones on Mild to just run fully across the stage, throw out that back air. It has earned the up air right there, reading that jump and calling out Embo, trying to get around the back air, positioned so perfectly for it, and instead the surprise headbutt to take game 1.
Wow, now that is how you make a statement in game number 1. We got to see a clash of both ideologies we talked about coming into the match play out in a beautiful way, but yes, breaking that zone, very, very important for DK. You're not going to be able to play the long-range game for long versus Duck Hunt. But when you get in, you start to see sometimes panic options come through. And I don't think that's anything Embo's doing. I just think that's just how Duck Hunt's designed. I'm going to short hop Nair. I'm going to try to short hop fall away fair. But those moves are easy to call out. And we did see those things get parried twice that resulted in either a lot of death or a lot of damage or death.
And now we are going to see a different approach. We are going to get another character, one of the other ones we saw featured often in the Squad Strike last night from Mild, switching over to the Bowser. This is stage specific, pulling out the DK from Pokemon Stadium 2 because of how easily accessible the Ding Dong is on that stage. Now with Bowser, you're going to be so much more well positioned to be able to cover these platforms. And obviously with Bowser's speed, you're going to be able to maneuver around the projectiles. And look at the coverage. Mild says, I can do it all.
Not even 30 seconds into this match. It's on the top. The speed, that's first stock kind of getting speed ran right there. There's the up throw right into the fair, and it's so smart to take these platforms away and almost your life. Okay, trying to go for the double dare. Okay, high recovery and off the mark with the F smash.
Yeah, Embo tried to call out going to the ledge, but just did not happen. What a tech right there from Mild, saying, yes, I will absolutely take that damage to take the stock, at least get some damage, and flying right back off with that back air, the edge guarding. Man, Embo is not ready for this change of pace.
Ultimate Bowser is a different sort of animal. It ain't gonna, it is gonna be enough.
You can air dodge right before you go into special fall.
Okay.
Embo able to make it all the way back. I love that Mild tried it.
Wait, holy. It's a rabid ass duck.
Have you ever seen a turtle get so messed up by the other denizen of the pond?
I guess so. I'm looking at it now. Long range game coming through.
Oh my goodness, the floaty, dude. Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
This character cannot land against Bowser. What a counter pick to the stage.
Mild,
Wow.
man. Mild. Looking kind of wild right here. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Again, I do think that Duck Hunt has a lot, not even say a lot of advantage, but does have some pros in his matchup. But you really have to lean into that long-range gameplay. You cannot allow that close-quarter combat because Bowser and DK are certainly going to stick it to, especially somebody like DK who can stay a safe a distance away and go for like down tilt and F tilt. But luckily, you're just getting the Bowser.
That is the problem, though, for Embo, is that, yeah, you do want to be able to set up that range. You want to get that projectile wall set up. But Mild is so happy to take so many risks. And I think the big problem for Embo is that the combos have not been making those openings that he's gotten count. We haven't seen that, 70-80% that you need to be getting against a heavyweight to make up for the fact that Mild is being so aggressive, taking so many risks, but every single opening that Mild is getting counts for like 3 times as much as Embo's openings are.
It most certainly does, and the math is just unfortunately not mathing on the opposite side.
Yo!
My God, okay. I mean, if you see a lot of jumping in the corner, why not try to close off access to that top platform? Uh-oh. Nice. Tummy time.
I like it. I like it. Avoiding any interaction with the can right there, not risking any combo interruptions. This is what I was afraid of seeing. That big body with that clay pigeon. Embo can definitely rack up that damage big time. And now we got the can set up at the ledge, which is exactly what the big body fears. And great call out right there saying, yes, you're in too much ending lag. Embo finally getting to play with the lead.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see when you're Embo. I mean, of course, the nature of the game, you want to have the lead, you want to be able to do what you have to do, but I do think that getting the lead with a character design like Duck Hunt matters that much more in a matchup like this. Good setup right there in the corner, can stop in the party, and it looks like Embo's starting it back up.
Nice, and now Embo finally getting to play with the lead. You see how much this influences the way the set goes. Extra damage on the can. We are gassed up with these beans.
We most definitely are. Better open up window here soon. Okay.
Ooh, tech chase.
I think that was supposed to be a B reverse, but it's tummy time. It doesn't even matter. Can you make this one?
Oh yes.
My God. Now why, Mild? Why?
We've already proven it. Mild maybe hoping to catch a panic, maybe a double jump gone. Instead, catching the double jump out there with the fair, and we will lather, rinse, repeat. This Duck Hunt is gonna make it back. Misspaced and whoa.
I mean, you are dancing with the devil right there to try to. Oh my God, the walk out to the potential F smash. My God, Mild looking like an absolute animal here in the corner, but can busting up the party. Nair back here, and I still got a stock to spare. I ain't done just yet.
Okay, the high recovery just to make sure we get back to stage, not even worrying about it, knowing that Duck Hunt has to go to the ledge right there. Embo still playing with the lead, but boy, if Mild is not putting the fear of God into this Duck Hunt. Embo's still looking cool though, gets caught by the spot dodge, and the can does not bail him out. And Rod, this one is not over.
It most certainly is not. If Bowser's taught us anything about their time in Smash 4 and Ultimate specifically, I can't speak for Melee and Brawl, but the previous installment and then this one is that once this character gets a little bit of rage, it can be a really bad time for the other side. There's the short hop fair. Corner control on at the ready, of course. Duck Hunt, no hitbox on that recovery, but you ain't recovering from this. Great stuff right here on Embo's side to get a point on the board.
Excellent follow-up there from Embo. Getting one on the board for the Pacific Northwest, but still has a lot of ground to make up. Has finally adapted a bit to that Bowser aggression, but the question is, how will the rest of this set go? Because it really did come down to the fact that Embo was able to play with the lead. Without the lead in that game, we're looking at a very different change of pace, but actually seeing Mild on the back foot, it did not stop him from taking risks.
It did not.
It did also mean that Embo could hunt for more optimal combo starters, and we saw that damage build up fast.
We most certainly did. I mean, the way you stack that damage is so important, and Embo, again, playing that long game, was able just to keep Mild out in a way that he didn't really have to experience in game number 1 and 2. Oh, we're back on the DK?
Back to the DK and back on small battlefield as well. So the no change up on the stage. So maybe just thinking that the matchup can change here a little bit. You were talking about it earlier. The DK is a little bit better at just sort of poking at range, whereas the Bowser was much more good at just pulling you open, peeling you like a banana. But my goodness, you just got opened up into that stock real quick.
Yeah, Embo, that stock got peeled away just as quick as it started. In the corner, there's the down B. Nice. Up throw right into the nair. The corner cops are here. The position police is present, friends. And when it comes to Mild, you shall not move from this corner.
Ooh, but big clay pigeon combos. These go for a long time against DK. Goodness gracious, that drag down was beautiful, but Embo couldn't find the finisher. And this could be what determines the set, is again just not finding those kill confirms. It made those first 2 games so much tougher for him. And we're sliding in with a neighbor as well.
We're gonna spin through and I'm gonna win that one, said Embo. Wait a dang minute. That ain't how that was supposed to end it all, but we'll definitely take it now. Of course, every dog's gonna have their day. You got a little bit of rage.
The neighbor again!
Oh my gosh.
Shoutouts to my favorite co-commentator from my old region who would do that non-stop. And Mild says I can make it work too. This DK is putting in some work.
Definitely on the clock indeed. Ground pound on the ready, and there's those safe pokes we were talking about just a moment before. Just the F tilt in the corner. And I love that on Embo's side. Not going for the immediate up B, just waiting. Man, what the Evo 2015 hell am I looking at? Now you can't do that.
Get scooped up.
You can't do that.
Back throw just for some damage, resetting some position. Okay, tech chase in between a rock and a hard place. That can make things tough. And the clay pigeon really bailing Embo out. That neighbor almost worked again.
Okay, nice. In between a rock and a hard spot right there. Just a simple short hop back here. Trying to get some positioning too, and just as much as Embo doesn't want to be in the corner, the same can certainly be set for Mild right here. The immediate panic back to the ledge just to get knocked back off Embo. Second lease on life here.
97% does mean that any sort of conversion out of the aerial down B, those slaps can definitely end a stock real quick. But this is what Embo needed. That big damage is starting to rack up 53%. And into the can as well. We're still going. Can we see a game 5, Rod?
Ain't no dang way. I mean, I want to see it. This is the craziest comeback I've seen all weekend. Oh, no, you did not. Oh, my God. And yes, the comeback is present. The crowd goes wild, friends. We are going to game number 5.
There is a lot of noise in this venue between rivals, between the hometown hero taking on the most malicious DK and Bowser you've ever seen. My goodness, Embo is definitely on track to make this reverse 3-0 happen, but things can change based on where we go in this game 5.
That's right. And again, we've seen a lot of matchups fall down to if it's the proper stage or not. You know, if it's not the right stage, and of course we'll have to switch off on the other character, but it feels like what's really going to get this job done is maybe not trying to lean into the long-range grappling that, again, DK and both Bowser have, but really leaning more into that with Bowser and maybe elect to look for pokes. The poke has really been a lot on DK's side. Just the standing down tilt, the F tilt, little simple things like that. Just knocking the can away, keeping Duck Hunt away, and keeping yourself in the lead. And it looks like we're leaning into that ideology right now. It's the DK show.
I like this, just sticking with the main, right? There is a it is very much a dual main situation between the DK and the Bowser, but Mild is definitely, you know, fully specced into this DK as much as one can be, definitely doing things that nobody else is doing with this character. And again, you just need one solid conversion and you can take a gigantic lead, which is what we saw at the beginning of that last game. No trip on that down tilt means we're not going to see the ding dong right now.
Get off
and
me.
The clay pigeon bails him out again.
Right, triple up air. Has to avoid the can just to land back on top of the platform. I'm loving these stage-specific setups here that Embo's looking for. Mild, of course, trying to create himself just a little bit of distance. Oh, my God. Nair has you back off the stage, and I'm going deep for the back air.
Woo. That is something that Mild has never been afraid to do, but especially with that back air. It's so clean, and my goodness, the explosion on that can. The down air into the up smash. A slap and another big clap, giving Embo a lot of pain to consider.
There you go. And this is looking really bad right now for Embo. Nice being able to punch in between the can and Duck Hunt.
Oh,
and I'm just going to scoop with up smash. Why the heck not? Why not? All right, I'm down, but I ain't out, though. I'm still up in it.
It's turned into a Tarzan situation. You got Clayton trying to take out the gorilla and take a shot. And still, there is a lot of work to be done. This could end up canon if we're talking about Disney movies, because this ape is big time in the lead, although can't count out Embo. We saw that comeback in the last game, and this is already dang close to going to last stock last game.
No doubt about that. We're going to see how many more shots we have left in this cannon. Embo, of course, looking really good. It could be the start of a potential comeback. Has really struggled to get a lead and hold on to it, but playing from behind seems to be more of Embo's game plan. Mild, of course, Rage DK in full effect. I don't know how much the punch is online, but I get the F tilt in the corner.
Pivot cancel F tilt was so big there. Mild is forced to go for the ledge trap rather than that deep edge guard we've seen him go for so many times, but his percentage is climbing so high that it's hard for Embo to get the finisher. I'm loving these pivot cancel forward tilts to get some sudden distance, but we go to last stock, last game, Rod.
Hold on a second. We are back up in it and maybe ready to win it here if you're Embo. Mild cannot let this slip away here. Gets the dash attack, good way to break that zone. Nothing off the up smash, I learned my lesson.
Yo, the sourest spot on the giant punch I've ever seen in my life. Embo hanging on by a thread right now. Clay Pigeon for big damage.
Okay, taking the platform away. Yeah, I'm clearing some space right here. The down smash getting it done. Fist bumps all the way across the board, and it is Mild that moves on. 3-2 in top 128.
The fist bump, in-game to the fist bump, out of the game. Embo bringing that so close down to the wire, but it is going to be Mild and that crazy and wild DK and Bowser combo that is going to be able to take it and move on. But dang, what a set and what an ability to overcome what I think anybody in the community would say is just an awful pair of matchups.
It is. It's a very strange situation to have yourself caught in. I do think that as weird and as wonky as that matchup was, there was like an unspoken mini game that was being played where both were like, I want the other side off stage, and this is where I'm going to harass and really